everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to do a huge seed haul, and then we are going to talk about some of my favorite gardening books, like things to do with medicinal plants and things that I like to have on hand for references. But yeah, I'm really getting into the gardening spirit. I've been planning all winter long on how I'm going to expand my garden and make changes and things I'm going to grow. And there's a lot of changes happening. And so I'll be doing videos about that. But first, I really just wanted to get into a seed haul because I know those are starting to pop up and everyone's interested in what everyone else is going to be growing. I'm going to show you the new stuff that I have and then what I'm going to be growing from the stuff that I already had in stock. So yeah, so let's get into it. I just wanted to really appreciate all of the beauties that are falling all over the place. I bought this year from one place specifically. Actually, that's not true. I got seeds from another place as well. I did get some seeds of change. I dropped a tomato. But yeah, no, my favorite are the adaptive seeds. They are open pollinated in the Pacific Northwest, so they're in my area. And so I want to read the back to you real quick. It just says, bringing biodiversity back. This packet contains Pacific Northwest grown, open pollinated organic seed that has been stewarded and grown on small independent farms without the use of chemical fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides. And then it goes on to do some more. It's basically really wanting to support biodiversity. They're all certified. You see them, I guess. I know with the light is a little weird. They're all certified organic by Oregon Tilth. That's where they come from. So they get to me really quickly. Yeah, I feel like their seeds are really well priced for organic. I think they're, my kids are trying to kill each other. I think they were $3.75, I think, a packet. And locally, I buy these usually around $4.25 to $4.75 locally from just the local garden store. Yeah, but I wanted to go through what I have. So, and I probably should have organized these, but I didn't. Oh well. I ended up getting Sweet Mama. I always say Sweet Mama. It's Sweet Corn, New Mama, Super Sweet. So I guess they're like a Sweet Mama, right? So I got those. 200 came in these 200 came in this packet. I grew this last year along with the Bantam sweet corn. The Bantam sweet corn was much shorter, not as sweet. It wasn't my favorite, but the New Mamas were amazing. So I'm going to regrow those. Last year I had a CSA that I purchased into. This year I'm not doing a CSA because I ended up getting a lot of repeats of what I was already growing. And since I plan to expand my garden, I'm actually doubling it. I don't really feel like there's a need to do a CSA. So I got Purple Cape Cauliflower in my CSA last year. Really freaking loved it. It was delicious. And so I'm going to go ahead and grow some myself. And we've got White Spear Green Onion. I'm going to butcher some of these names. Felmel Stag. I know it's an onion. It's like a yellow storage onion. Tomatoes are going to be done different this year. I'm going to have a huge bed of them. They did better than being in pots for me. And I really like a lot of indeterminate varieties, which grow huge. And so the beds, they just kind of took over my beds, and I love that. So I'm going to do a Derby red and yellow tomato. I've got Ventura celery, Oregon Delicious melon. I'm going to do I don't even know how to pronounce it. This broccoli right here. Pie pumpkin. Pumpkins, like the little, like the sweet little tiny pumpkins. And I did also get a Montana Jack pumpkin. My kids and I have tried growing pumpkins several times, and either they get eaten or they don't do well or whatever. So we're going to try them again this year. And these seeds that I'm getting, I can plant now in the winter indoors and then transplant them to my greenhouse. I will be able to plant them throughout the season, and then some are going to be for fall and winter crops. So this is like my entire year. So they're nothing super specific, I guess. Like Brussels sprouts, I think actually get done later in the year. So you can do them as a summer harvest, but you can also do them as a like fall or late fall harvest. So I'll be able to do these twice, or maybe I'll just wait until the fall to do them. I've got bush snap beans. I really like the bush variety. Some Vulcan lettuce. My daughter wanted red lettuce and Vulcan sounded cool because my husband's a total Trekkie. So that's why I got those. No other reason than that. I accidentally got 2 Oregon Delicious melons apparently. George Richardson lettuce. So how I chose these were, when could I plant them? What do they look like? I took into consideration their growing season, if they were early or later varieties, and and if I could, like, how long of a season I could get out of them. But also, some of them just looked really cool on the pictures, and their stories are really neat too. They have the stories on how these seeds came to be just in their possession, what farmers grew them or had them. Like, some of them are heirloom seeds, and they had them from like a long time ago, or seeds they found, and then they started to reproduce them, because seeds, they can get like lost and you won't be able to grow certain things anymore. So I thought that was pretty cool. They all have like little stories. Baylor paste tomatoes, because I want to try and do a lot more tomato storage. I have a whole bunch of sauce frozen that we are going through, and it's really good. And so I don't know if I could go back to jar sauce. So brie lettuce. So basically I'm growing romaine lettuce and red leaf and butterhead. Those are the different kinds I'm growing. Summer squash. This one's a San Pascal zucchini. It's like a light and green striped zucchini that I was really excited about trying. My cats are going nuts in the back. They're silly. True lemon cucumbers. I did save seeds from my organic lemon cucumbers last year, but I'm not like an experienced seed saver. I don't know if I did it right. I'm not sure if they'll grow, so I don't know. I bought more. Paul Robinson tomatoes are one of my favorite to grow. They are super delicious. I got Rosa di Toscana onions. These are red variety. Armenian cucumbers. I got these because they are supposed to be super juicy and delicious, but also when you cut them, because they're ridged, when you cut them, they look like flowers. I told you some of these I wanted to experiment based on what they look like. Cascade Village Blue tomato. They're like an indigo tomato. A modern early pickling cucumber. I wanted to try my hand at pickling because my daughter and my husband are obsessed with pickles. Serrano hot pepper. Sugar snap pea of the Magnolium blossom. These ones are, I think they're pull. I usually get, no, they're probably not pull. They're probably like bush peas. I usually don't get pull, but still the bush ones get pretty big. Oh, and then I got popcorn. This one's early pink pearl, and I'm growing this specifically to have popcorn. So, and they look really pretty. Yeah, so that is what seeds I bought, and they're gonna last me throughout the season. And this is a 2021 catalog, but I didn't bother getting the 2022, but these are what their catalogs look like, and they don't have pictures in the book really, but you know, you can get a bunch of herbs and veggies and all that kind of stuff, and it does tell about them in the book, so that's really neat to have on hand. Some other things that I'm going to grow this growing season is bok choy. I got this from Seeds of Change, probably from Home Depot or Amazon is where you can find those really easily. I got this red carpet onion, so I'm going to do that one. Garden chives. I bought those at the end of last year, meaning to do them. Oh, I need to do them now. I need to start doing these. So I'm going to plant a lot of things are getting planted now. I had some extra organic carrots, some crisp mint, romaine, spinach. I was wondering where all my spinach went. I thought I maybe went through it last year. And this is Corvair. I don't know, we did both of them. This one is like a, I don't know if you can tell, like the leaves they look like this. And these ones are more like, you can do like baby greens with them. They're both really good. Oh, Utah celery. I did buy celery, so I probably didn't need to buy any this year. I couldn't find these seeds for a while. Sugar and snap peas. So I got some sugar ands here, which are, these are Territorial Seed Company. So Territorial seeds, which are these ones right here, these are also Pacific Northwest. They're not, I like, they are, these ones, the ones I got. So they have some organic and some non-organic, but the ones I get, I always get organic ones. They're only a little bit more, and organic food is important to me, so I get them. All my seeds to changes are organic. And High Mowing organic seeds, I actually don't know much about this company at all. It says Vermont, so this is on the other side of the country for me, but that's okay. I try to stay local as possible. I try to do like organic open pollinated seeds for my area, because I know that they sell those seeds because they grow well here. And so I feel like I have a better chance of getting good seeds to grow. So sorry if you hear that, my heater just kicked in. So yeah, so Territorial seeds is another. I also have Deep Harvest Farm is from the Pacific Northwest. That is the third one that is my favorite. Adaptive Seeds, then Territorial, hello, and then Deep Harvest. So Deep Harvest is the one I think that doesn't have a lot of organic, but they are grown. I'm kidding, just kidding. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This one says 100% organic, but it doesn't have the organic seal. So I think the seeds are from certified organic foods, and they grow them that way. Their practices are organic, and they're non-GMO open pollinated as well, but they're not like certified organic maybe. Don't quote me on that. Go look online. But here's some cilantro, some calypso. I'm actually trying to grow some right now. What kind is this? Yeah, calypso. So that's what I'm growing right now. I'll show you my little tray that I've started. I'm trying to be brave, and I'm growing lavender, rosemary, and loofah, among some other things. And of course, those are some of the hardest things to grow. I probably will just have to graft my lavender. I don't think that my seed is going to grow. I've never been able to get rosemary or lavender seed to grow, but I still keep trying different methods, different things in different, in different like types of weather and stuff. Maybe something will stick, whatever. And so yeah, some of the other, let me see, Territorial. So this is what their seeds look like this year. I don't know if it's because it's a part of the Asian vegetable line, but I'm growing loofah. It's extremely long to grow them. I really wanted some loofah seeds. I'm growing a ton of herbs this year, like a ton of herbs, and we're going to do them in beds because in pots they didn't really grow that. They grew okay, and they grew, they only get so big. So we're gonna have a whole, like along my entire fence line, we're gonna do herbs, and we're just gonna let them grow free in the beds. And so they should get much larger. Like some of them will get anywhere like 4 or 5, 6 feet tall. Some of them will get 6 or 7 feet tall, like they get really big. Yeah, so we're doing, but these will, Thai lemon basil from Adaptive, some Tulsi, which is sacred basil. I am growing this guy right here from Deep Harvest, my pirate butterhead, and it is already, well, here, I guess I'll show you guys. I just started this a week ago. You can see they're leaning because the sun was out earlier, and they like to, head towards the sun. But these suckers they germinated in like 2 days. And then, so I have like 5 things of those. And then, I don't know if you can see this little guy in there. This is my thyme. See? Isn't he cute? My thyme is growing well. So, I have already started growing all that stuff. What else do we have? Here's all my herbs. So, I'm growing a mixed valerian root. I use these medicinally, so that's why I like to have so much. Licorice, mint. I need to find licorice root because they are different, but feverfew, stingy nettles, which will grow large, Bowden Gold chamomile, and I did like a small trial run with the stingy nettle with my kids. They were really good about not touching it without gloves, and letting me handle it for the most part, and just kind of watering it, and they did great. So I feel pretty comfortable growing stingy nettle. mullein, which I have some mullein, but I'm gonna grow this different type. Motherwort, mugwort, Danish Yarrow, which is great for all sorts of things. Borage. These will also end up in my garden because they're really great keeping bugs away. Lemon balm. It's some fancy named lemon balm. You guys can check it out. And marshmallow herb. Marshmallow root is great for all things digestive tract. So, you know, anything to have to do with your belly hurting or feeling nauseous or feeling, you know, whoa, I'm throwing my seeds everywhere. Fairy Moors, they're not my favorite seeds, but we did grow some of these last year that we're going to be doing again. I got black cherry tomato and golden currant. And yes, I'm really growing all of these. These two were gifted to me from my friend, Marvel striped tomato and beefsteak tomato. Seeds of Change. I think she got these from Amazon. Red wing onion, that was gifted to me. Ring of Fire, sunflower. We grew these last year and they were so beautiful. They grew perfectly. We're gonna do them again. Bees love them. My daughter picked out some delphinium, so we're gonna do flowers. So I like to do a bee box, and it's basically a box in the middle of my garden that attracts pollinators. I guess I should call it a pollinator box, but we call it bee box. Harvest Moon. That's the other one I got from my other order. I got the loofah and I got this one for my second order. Cow Wonder, red bell peppers. We've got sweet peppers. Firework tomatoes I grew last year. They grew really well. The Rhodolica carrots, they grew pretty well last year. I'm moving my carrots because they grew pretty well for where they were, but they could have grown so much better had I put them in a different spot. And so we're gonna mix things up. Jalapeno peppers, some garden sage, and oregano and rosemary, which probably won't grow. Whatever. It's all an experiment. I have a few garden beans, but I bought more garden beans that I showed you earlier. So I had to buy more New Mama corn. I got it from Adaptive. I got mine last year from Deep Harvest. And these grew exceptionally well last year. You know, the thing about corn is apparently, because I have a lot of squirrels where I am, when the plants get about this big, I literally caught a squirrel yanking one out of my garden. So because we didn't want the birds to eat the corn and we didn't want our stuff to get eaten by squirrels, we ended up, we feed unsalted peanuts. We throw them out there. Now they kind of expect them, and they left all of our food alone last year, except one. There was one stalk of corn that they started picking at, but I left it, and they continued picking at it and left all my other stuff alone. So, you know, symbiotic relationships over here. Got to keep them happy and leave your stuff alone. I think that's kind of it. I have a lot of things like my Hella sunflowers that grew well, my padrones, and California pepper. I have a bunch of peppers that I had saved. They were from a seed exchange with a friend. Bangles, my lemon cucumbers that I saved. I don't know if they're going to do well. And, oh, CSA watermelon. A dark star zucchini, which did too well. I could start giving away. It was, you know, like zucchini season. People always joke, like, you got to leave your zucchini in a neighbor's car and make a run for it. Like, that was kind of the truth. I only had 2 zucchini plants, and I tried giving this stuff away. I gave it away to my mom. I froze a lot of it. My friends didn't want it because they all grew their own zucchini. It was kind of a nightmare. People on my Buy Nothing group were trying to get rid of zucchini because the season last year was so prolific for it that everyone had zucchini coming out of their ears, and they all only had 1 or 2 plants. They just overproduced all season long, and it was absolute insanity. I actually forgot about one that I didn't realize that I had under some leaves. We left for vacation for 5 days, came back, and my friends, you know, they were overwatering and stuff for me, and this thing was how big? I mean, it literally was this this large, and it was 9 pounds or so. They don't taste good when they're that big. I mean, you throw them in bread and stuff, which is what I did, but it's a little ridiculous. Sweet corn, golden bantam. these were the ones I grew. They're good. They're not my favorite. I'm not going to grow these again this year. I'll probably seed trade these with somebody for something else. Jalapenos and flowers and seeds. And as you can see, this is my giant mess of seeds. So I'm really excited about doing all my planting. I've already started. We are going to start planting now indoors, and then in another month or so we'll move everything to the greenhouse and then start more indoors, and then we're going to put it out in the garden. And I'm going to have extra starts. So I'm thinking about what's really popular here that people do is I'm thinking about making a little stand on my front lawn and having like a little cash box like rigged up to it, and just put a little sign out and say, hey, if anybody wants any starts, like make them super cheap for people to come get them. Yeah, it's a really cool way to, I guess, do extra. I don't know. I like to garden. I like to seed start. So it makes my heart happy. If I have extra, I can share it. So yeah, so I'm actually gonna have you guys stay tuned for part 2, because I wanted to talk about the books that I really like for gardening for references. But this video is already getting really long. It's gonna be like 18 to 20 minutes long by the time I edit this thing down. So I'm not gonna make you sit through a 40-minute video. So I will do another smaller video. So just stay tuned for part 2, and we will talk about the books that I enjoy for resources. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. And until then, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.